So it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. I'm at the Hyundai garage in Canterbury, and I'm here to pick up the rather special IONIQ 5 Project 45 edition. And there it is in digital teal green, which looks a different colour in every angle. It's a weird one. It's either grey or blue or green or whatever, but I think it's stunning. And the car is just amazing. I haven't driven it yet, of course. I've just been standing here. In fact, I was standing here talking to someone for ages. He was a real petrol head. He really knows his cars, much more than I do, of course. And he was saying it's the first EV that he'd really want. And I'm hearing that a lot. It's captured the imagination of a lot of petrol heads, hasn't it? Because look at it. It's something special. Really fancy wheels. I mean, they're massive. Look at it. As I said, this is the Project 45 one, and you might be wondering what that's got. Well, you get 2 years of IONIQ, cheap IONIQ charging. You have a solar roof at the top, which is very fancy. I can't wait to try that out. Oh, you've got a little, let's have a look inside. You've got a little magnet, a little Project 45 magnet. So that isn't a speaker, it is actually somewhere you can put notes and things. There it is inside. And you've got all the fancy stuff from the ultimate spec, including in this little box here. This is the vehicle to load plug, and I'll play with this later, but this enables you to plug in stuff with a normal 3-pin socket. Can't wait to try that out. And there it is. It's a big car. It's a really big car. And you can see that there's no rear wiper. So I'm not sure how that's going to work in practice. But this being England, I won't have to wait very long, will I, for a bit of rain? But look at it. Go away, diesel. Okay, so that's it from the outside. Let's have a look inside. First I'll show you the back, and apologies because I've got my bag in the way and the paperwork, but it's really spacious. You can also see actually that the seats, they recline. So those ones over there, that's been reclined. This one's a bit more upright. Very fancy. Got a little blind in the back, that's very cool. The cockpit is very nice. I mean, it's all so open in here. Completely flat floor. So you can shift over from one side to the other if you're in a tight parking space. In theory down there that should be a wireless charger, I think, but it's not wirelessly charging my phone yet. It's only done 10 miles. We're at 98% battery. And it's saying that's 274 miles of range, so we'll see what it is when I get home. But the screen itself is very nice and clear. This here is like the movable center console, which does shift back and forward. There's a little handle here, I think. Oh, there we go. That's cool. And then by the looks of it, you've got one USB down there, two there. I think there's two in the back as well. Bit bit weird that they're USB-A, not USB-C. The glove box, I'll do a proper glove. Look at that. Look at that. I'm not sure profiteroles are going to fit in there actually, but hey, we will try later. It's very big in here. Very big. Okay, here we are then. Here we are in the IONIQ 5. Whew, I can't believe I finally got it. I really can't. I'm in a bit of a... I feel like I'm in a bit of a dream world at the moment. So, hey, well, I'm going to drive through Canterbury then. See how many looks I get. Let's go. Right, so the first thing I would say is it's got a head-up display, which I can't show you because then, well, because the camera's over there, so I can't show you that. So that's very cool. I drove here in the Fiat 500e. This feels obviously much bigger. Right, so let me do it at the window and turn on a bit of air conditioning. Touch, oh, it's got touch bloody buttons. Can't stand touch sensitive buttons. But it's fine, it's clear. I'll go through all this later. Obviously I'm going to do a deep dive later. But now it feels like quite a big car, I think, obviously. But it's easy enough to drive and everything, and the display is really clear, and I love the fact we've got the head-up display. An ambulance coming. I think that was a beep beep to say thank you. That's nice. I'm guessing, I'm not sure. Or it's beep beep to say, ooh, what a fancy car you've got. Which is possible. Let's make it a bit cooler. So you've got split climate control by the looks of it, I think. So I can, at the moment it's synchronized, so you can't see what I'm talking about, unfortunately, sorry about that. My GoPro is out of battery, stupidly, I'm not sure why. Yeah, so this feels very luxurious. It's easily the most luxurious car I've driven. Bearing in mind I've not driven an I-Pace yet, but I have driven a Model S, and this, I would say, feels a bit more fancy, I think. So this is going to be the start of quite a few videos. I mean, we're going to have to do so many videos just to pay for the car, in fact. So, but I'll talk about that in another. I'm going to talk about how we paid for it in another video, because that is a whole story in itself, really, and it needs my wife's input. And at the moment, I'm on level 1 regen. So, okay, I'll put it on level 2 and now level 3 because I like the whole one pedal driving thing. And of course I will probably put it on auto, because auto in the Kia and the Hyundai is really good. Auto regen. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with all this sort of stuff. You just want to know what the car is like. And at the moment, I need to give my first impressions, don't I? I'm just a bit of an excited mess at the moment, driving this car. So when I was I've been there standing outside the Hyundai garage for ages, just talking to someone who was saying that this is the first electric car he would want, and he's a real petrol head. He collects classic cars and things. So I think that's going to be the case for a lot of people. I think this might be the first electric car that a lot of people get, that maybe they weren't interested in Teslas for whatever reason. And yeah, I think we're going to see loads of these on the road, I think. if they can, hopefully they can make them quick enough. One of my big concerns really getting this car is just how big it was going to feel. Because a lot of the reviews said that it's massive, and you know, seeing it in real life, it is massive. It is bigger than you're going to expect. Because otherwise, you would just look at it. You would look at it in pictures, and you think, oh yeah, you know, it's like a Golf, but it's really not. It's rather big, and everyone talks about, you know, it's got a 3-meter wheelbase, which makes it as big as like a massive SUV. Now, talking of that, let's just lift up the old chair. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh God, all the adjustments. So many adjustments. I don't know I don't even know what I'm adjusting. I'm just adjusting stuff, and I'm going, oh, that's my. Oh my God, it's adjusting everything. It's like driving on a lazy boy or something. Now, I should have made note of the range. I did say, didn't I? I should have made note of what range I had before I left, shouldn't I? But as I say, I'm a bit of a dribbling mess at the moment. I'm far too excited to talk about this car, really. But anyway, what I will tell you is that at the moment the efficiency is only 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is appalling. But then, you know, I need to give it a bit more time. I've only been driving for a few minutes. In fact, I need to reset the thing, but I don't really want to do all that sort of stuff while I'm driving, really. The driving position itself is, and I haven't even raised the seat up to the highest level yet, but you do feel like you're looking over everything else. The glass goes really far down, and yeah, the visibility is fantastic. The question is, what is my wife going to think about it? So we're going to Fully Charged tomorrow. Fully Charged Live, or Fully Charged Outside, it's called now, in Farnborough Airport, which is about an hour and a half, I think, to get there. And so that will be the first long journey with the car. So we will see then how it goes, and it's going to be a family trip because we're all going, including our daughter. I'm not sure how that's going to be because she has a very low tolerance for most things, actually, and certainly looking at cars all day, she's probably not going to enjoy very much. But they do have bouncy castles and lots of stuff for children as well. So hopefully that's all right. Anyway, so that's going to be the first. That's going to be the first trip in this car. It's going to be a good test for it, I think. And I think also, although it says 268 miles, this is a very big car and it's not very efficient, certainly not compared to the Kia e-Niro that we used to have. So I think we will have to charge before we come back. So I will be able to test the amazing charge rate. So what you would have, if you've looked at any videos about this car before, you'll know that it's an 800 volt system. Most cars, all other EVs other than the Porsches and the top Audis, they're all 400 volts. So this is twice the volts, which in theory brings twice the charging power. In theory, I mean, that's not always the case, but so it charges like lightning. It's 18 minutes to 80% if you find a charger that's suitable. So if you find a fast enough charger, you get 80% in 18 minutes. So that's really quick. So this one is a Project 45 edition, then. This is a very special edition trim. There's only, I think the salesperson said there was 170 of them in the UK, but I've also heard that there's only 22. So I don't know who to believe there. I think it's more like 170, to be honest. So what you get with that, you get, generally with the IONIQ 5, you get 1 year free subscription to Ionity. That doesn't mean it's free, but it does mean it's much cheaper. It's like 25 pence per kilowatt hour, and you don't have to pay the whatever it is subscription, the monthly subscription, which I forget how much it is. It might be £12, maybe. Can't remember. So you don't have to pay that. So you get that for 2 years with the Project 45 edition. You get a solar roof, when I start playing around with the menus and everything like that, I'll find out how much power that's generating. On a grey day like this, probably nothing at all. I think the sun's supposed to come out tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to seeing what difference that makes. We're in the wrong country probably for any real difference with that, I think. You also get all the tech stuff that you would also get in the Ultimate Edition, because they've got different trims. SE Connect, I think, is the lowest trim, and I can't remember. And then Ultimate is the top one. There's something in the middle as well, and I can't remember what it is. And so you get things like the heat pump and the electric adjustable seats, vehicle to load, which is where you plug something else into it, which is cool, and you've got a 3-pin plug socket in the back as well. And lots of other stuff as well. Fancy big wheels, big 20-inch wheels, and I'm sure there's lots of other stuff as well. And this little magnet up here with Project 45 written on it. So it's very fancy. Now, what the coolest thing has been all of this time is Hyundai have been amazing. They've had their VIP team, and so the moment I signed up for one of these, I did it on the day it launched, and then I was lucky enough to actually go through to the order stage, because it was oversubscribed. More people wanted them than could get them. And from that day onwards, really, the VIP team have been sending emails, giving updates, like what's going on with it. They did like a special frequently asked questions kind of thing, and they showed us around the car virtually and all that. They have been amazing, absolutely amazing. The whole experience really does feel a bit VIP, and it's really been something. I've been so impressed with it, and I never had that experience with Kia when I ordered the e-Niro or Fiat with the 500e, because they were both kind of, in theory, they're quite special cars. So Hyundai have been amazing. So this is £48,000, this Project 45 version. The current top spec, Ultimate, all-wheel drive, all the rest of it is, I think if you configure everything, it's about 49,000 or something. So I've saved a bit on this. So it is a really expensive car, and it's far more expensive than anything I would normally buy. Whether we keep it long, I really don't know. I hope we do, but of course it all depends what my wife thinks about it. And that's where we're going to go now. Are you excited or scared on my behalf? Now what I am going to do is just go up the road a little bit. So I'm not going to go directly home. I'm just going to go up the road a little bit and just test out the acceleration on this. So this is the all-wheel drive version, and it is 5.2 seconds, I think, to 62 miles an hour. There's no one behind me, and this is a 60 mile an hour road. So let's just okay. Are we ready? I'm a bit scared. Okay. Now I'm in bloody eco mode, aren't I? Okay, so I'm going to change drive mode. Sport. We're in sport mode. Okay. Well, there we go. I can feel some power now. I'm on 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour, by the way. It's not an efficient car, this. Bearing in mind I've been doing just like 30 miles an hour. You know, the Niro would have been like 5 miles per kilowatt hour, I think, isn't it? But it is a big car. You know, it's a very big car. Okay. Are we ready? Make sure there's no one behind me. And go. Blimey! Blimey! Sugar! I mean, I wasn't expecting that. God, that sends the blood to your head. Right, I've got to do that again. Okay, now I've prepared myself. It feels like I've got to do the thing that fighter pilots do. You have to clench your butt cheeks apparently, and that reduces the that reduces the feeling of the G-force. Apparently, clench your butt cheeks. Did you know that? Now you do. Yeah. I'm such a wimp when it comes to fast cars and stuff. I haven't done ludicrous mode or anything in a Tesla. Because I feel like I would probably faint if I tried ludicrous mode. But yeah, that's fast. See, I didn't even go to 60 then. It's such a big car. I've got to watch how to knock over the bins. Okay, we're here. Where's P? Oh, there it is. Push the end of the button for P. Park engaged. I don't think I've got to do... Is it holding it? Ah, no, okay. So parking brake is on the right. Okay, so we've got parking brake on, I think. Well, there we go. So I'm back home. I think it's time we find out what Flaviana thinks.